Hey guys, JayKrawls here. This is the Shrow's army, the Civil Wolf invasion, the second Civil Wolf invasion, and a lot of people are trying to work out what kind of strategy to use on this boss strike if you don't have a frag. Those guys who are scoring up to the million mark, yeah, they're gonna have frags because it just does makes some boss strikes a little easier. Having them with other units, so a lot of people were asking, well, how are you doing it without the frags? And there's several different ways. Legendary mammoths really help. If you don't have legendary mammoths, you may want to use more boars, but just remember, anything that you substitute for the legendary mammoth means that you're going to get those units. You're going to have more units killed, just because of the capabilities of the legendary mammoth to stun lock a lot of the board. Means that every one that you don't have is more times that they're going to hit you. The areo jetpack guys are very useful for taking out the planes and groups of some of these units. They're grouped together. I like to put ETs on the front row. Mine are at rank 6. If they were lower rank, you might need to hide them behind something, but the reason I like them on the front row is that frees up more space. That's one less mega tank to put on the front row. That frees up more space for my units back here. And also, it's also good to put a portable wall. You can substitute with this with another mega tank if you feel it's better, or even another ET. Because the success of this is going to be the freezing capabilities, because the more you can freeze lock something, the better off you'll be. So you may want to put one of your legendary mammoths up there and a boar. Some people use the wall just to draw fire away, but if you don't have another unit to put on there, then just use a wall or stick a wimp out there, something like that. So anyway, this seems to be the best lineup to start with, because it just seems to have a easier just an easier time with these waves. You can go to BN Outpost, and you can actually look at all the waves for that one, match it up, and it'll show you all the units that you're going to face, and kind of help you decide what kind of setup is going to be the best. This one has fewer air units in it, so it's easier with the legendary mammoths to stun lock and kill most of the board. So anyway, just like on the others, I try not to waste a good shot like a legendary mammoth or something on single units. So I have one plane here, and then I have a lot of units that can die with the legendary mammoth. But these two I've already used, so they're going to be a little while. I do have one here that I could choose to use now, or I could decide on the plane. He's already taken one shot, and he may do this other one, so I'll gamble it and shoot him first, and hope that one of these thugs doesn't come destroy my my army. So okay, so now I've taken him out, and I can use the legendary mammoth and the legendary boars now to kind of do cleanup here. I'm going to be one more round for him, so I kind of need to decide what my threat is. I don't want this thug to take out my ET over here. I'm not as worried about some of these units, so I'm really concerned about him. So I may just take this shot here. Maybe I'll kill both of them. Yeah, okay. So, and that just kind of leaves me with 2, and I can use the boar, has a good trample shot to clear out the rest of these guys here. Okay, so now you're faced with this situation. You got another plane back here. You've already used 2 of your areo trooper shots, and some of those will be waiting, so you can hope you can take him out with 2, or you can decide to do some more stunning with your legendary mammoths. and you also have your boars freeze. You have a thug here you're worried about, and a thug here that I'm a little bit worried about. So because I'm worried about those guys, I'm going to go ahead and use my legendary mammoth. He shot me anyway. The only thing is when you stun lock the board, you pretty much are giving that plane the go-ahead to attack you, because everything else can't be used. So expect that sometimes. If you're gambling that the plane won't shoot you and then you stun lock the whole board, well, then you've just increased the chance of the plane hitting you. So this should take this guy out, and then hopefully now this pattern right here, if you have the Bora Bora, it will hit all 4 of these very nicely. So you might find this situation where it'd be good to use the Bora Bora. But let's just pretend like you don't have one and kind of pummel away here with what you do have. Okay, that didn't do too well. Got one. Waiting for one more shot with this guy. Let's go ahead and weaken this side. And I did get to stun those 2. And now I'm hoping I can, yeah, I can keep stunning these guys. Okay, they're stunned for 2 rounds, so I can go ahead and easily take him out, and then I can freeze him. And this is a good strategy too. You know you've got 2 rounds here, and then you've got some of you're waiting on your mammoths or your jetpack. So you can keep freezing this guy, but make sure you pass so that you get yourself closer, prepared for the next round. So easily take him out. Now we're moving on to wave 4 or 5. Okay, now he just about took out my ETs, which is would not be a good thing, because I still want those around. Let's hope it gets not too bad. And then I'm going to go find some mammoths, and I'm going to smush. Now, if I had more mammoths, some people don't have more than 3, but if you have 4 mammoths, you would do better with putting 4 down on this wave, on these waves, just because it has fewer planes. But I wanted to show you that you could still do it with boars and get through all 5 waves with minimal losses, considering you have a little bit of luck on your side and a little bit of patience. I'm going to take a gamble. Actually, let's see. Let's go ahead and do this. So I can hit this side with 1 and then hit this other side with the other, and then maybe my yeah, don't want to lose a mammoth on this, but I have to work with what I got. So got some areo jetpacks, have some shots there which do very well at killing units that are together. Now I'm going to stun him just to give myself a few rounds to prepare for the next, because I got 2, he's ready, and 1 more shot, so 1 more round of passing should do well. And now I'll take this guy out and move on to wave 5. Alright, this flame guy's here is trouble. Yes, he's going to kill one of my legendary mammoths, which really stinks, but you're going to have losses. There's just no way that every time you're not going to take some loss. I mean, you may get through some waves without it and do fine, but then eventually you're going to end up taking some losses, and you're just going to have to deal with it. And hopefully I can get out of here just taking a few more minor losses. If I can kill this plane and make a couple of good decisions here with these guys, then I'll be that much closer to clearing all these waves. Okay, I got 1 more mammoth who has 3. Let's see what shot. He's got 2 more. He's ready to fire. Stunned. He's frozen and stunned. Since this is about to... Wait, was it this guy? It was this guy. Since he's about to shoot, let me go ahead and see if I can get this frozen or... And he just took out that, so oh well. I do lose a lot of ETs putting them up front, and you may not want to do it that way, but that's entirely up to you. Let's see if I can just kill this guy. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. Lost 2 units. Got 6,300 boss points for that. Losing one of my mammoths, and yes, that stinks, but maybe next time you won't. Or, like I said, you had more mammoths, you could have put them on the back row, put the wall over there. So there's different options that you can use for this boss strike using the units that you have. Good luck, guys, as I think this is an easier boss strike than the last because of fewer planes. So a lot of different strategies work out there. Find one that matches your army and stick with it. When everything needs to be healed, take a break, go do something. You have a life. Come back to it later, and when everything's healed, and play again. All right, guys, see you on the other side.